So I'll be covering question 32 from sample midterm A. So we are asked which of the following density curves is a valid density curve. So let's go through each one step by step. First with number 1, we notice right away that we have negative area because on our y-axis, anything below this line is negative. So recall that any density curve cannot have negative areas. It must be between 0 and 1. So number 1 is false. It's not a valid density curve. Let's look at number 2. Since the total area is equal to 1, and we don't have any area that dips below the x-axis, then this one is a valid density curve. Remember that our x, the range of our x variable can take on negative values as well. A good example of this would be the normal distribution, which is going to take on values from negative infinity to infinity. Now let's look at number 3. Now let's check whether or not the total area for this density curve is equal to 1. So here I'd like to do some geometry. So this corresponds to a height of 0.05. So let's find this area. So this will be 20 minus 10. So that's my base times the height, which is 0.05, and that gives me 0.5. So that is this area. Let's look at the triangle. So for this area, it'll be base times height divided by 2. So the area of a triangle, of a right triangle, is given here. So we take the base, so that's gotta be 20 minus 10. That's the interval between 10 and 20, times our height. So our height here is going to be 0.15 minus 0.05. So here we can see the differences between 0.15 and 0.05 gives me 0.1 divided by 2, and that gives me 0.5. So 10 times 0.1 is 1, divided by 2 is 0.5. Adding these two blocks together, we get a total area of equal to 1. So number 3 is a valid density curve. So the answer choice here should be D.